All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today, leading up to the 15th episode for The Walking Dead Season 9, and this one will continue with our Q&As, the second one for this week, giving our thoughts first on The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 14, trending number 1 on Twitter worldwide. Yeah, dudes, so I'm pretty excited for this news. Just happy to see The Walking Dead doing really well again. Because, it's been, I don't know, man, the last couple years, people have been complaining about The Walking Dead a lot. And, it's kind of become one of those series where it's like it's been running so long and it was so popular that a lot of people really just got turned off to it over the years, I think. And a couple seasons of Negan and the Saviors, season 8, and people were like, I'm done with this kind of thing. So I'm happy to see this article. A link will be in the description from comicbook.com, so you guys can go ahead and check it out. Last night's episode, The Walking Dead, was trending at #1 spot worldwide on Twitter during the airing, and I think just after it for episode 14. So that's the Michonne Scars episode. So that's great to see, man. To see that they were able to actually have an episode trend #1 worldwide for like a flashback episode for something like that, I think is a testament to how much effort and everything they're putting into the series, and how hard everybody is working, and then them just doing a really great job to be able to do that. I'm really happy to see The Walking Dead do that, because constantly online I have to sort of defend the fact that I'm even still reviewing the series, and I started reviewing the Walking Dead comic book series before the TV series even started, so it's been like a decade for me doing reviews for The Walking Dead. Obviously, I'm not going to stop anytime soon, but it's just really nice to see that people are really appreciating and enjoying The Walking Dead again, and that a lot of people are talking about it and everything like that. So it was one of those types of episodes, I think, right up there with earlier on the season, episode 5, Rick's last episode. Then it was, of course, Daryl versus Beta, Jesus' last episode, and everything. So it's really some great stuff, man. I've been enjoying it a lot. So happy to hear that news, and link will be in the description so you guys can check it out. So it topped a worldwide trend, #1 on Twitter for Scars for that episode. So that was really cool. And I think there was a tweet there. You can read the details yourself if you want to, but some tweets from some important people from AMC and that, just kind of celebrating that, which is really good for the show. So that's great. Kyle George says, Season 9, second half has been outstanding. Season 9, I think, started out really slow, but has greatly picked up since Rick left, which shows that the show still has a bright future despite all the changes that have occurred. And that's true. I mean, even if you think about right now, its future is constantly in question. Right now we're thinking about season 10 and Michonne leaving, right? So there's another one right there, right? You've had Rick leave, you've had Maggie leave. Of course, Carl was killed off in season 8, so some huge major changes for all that. And then now, Michonne's going to be leaving. She's going to be up next, right? So as far as our major characters go, and granted there might be one or so in these, the Alpha and Beta Whispers kills in the next 2 episodes. So we're probably going to have a couple more major long-running characters leave. One, of course, we know will be Michonne next year, and then go off to the movies, and we'll see the movie probably like the year after that, like season, who knows, during maybe season 11 or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe at some point during the second half of season 10 or something, we'll be close to the airing for the movie. We'll see when that actually comes out. But man, it has been really amazing. And it's just, things get popular for a while. People stop watching stuff because they kind of get used to it, I think. And maybe you could argue that season 8 and season 7 were kind of weaker, so that's why a lot of people left. But you could also just as easily argue that, well, really it was probably because people figured out the formula for The Walking Dead. They figured out what The Walking Dead is, and that there's going to be these character deaths all the way through, and it kind of it stopped working after a while, sort of. Like with the Carl death, it didn't work almost at all, right? So, in a way, that kind of shock value of what they were doing kind of wore off, and it sort of stopped working. Aaron Blaylock said, RJ is real and he isn't. Michonne loses the baby and she can't let it go, so she imagines she still has him. So this one is certainly a pain point for a lot of people right now that we even discuss it, because they absolutely are convinced that RJ is real. And, that's good, because they did kind of confirm it outside of the show that he is. what I was saying in the review, and just to explain a little further, is that, right up until the scene when she gets stabbed in the side, it looks like, okay, they're confirming even again. Daryl's talking about it. You see RJ playing with the kids. Michonne tells Judith to look after RJ or protect him, this kind of thing. Watch after him because she is the older of the two right now, and she's and Michonne is pretty well, maybe not paranoid, but she's careful with her kids as she should be after what we just saw. So, but that's basically the crux of what the argument should be right now. From what Aaron said right here, is that whether or not the cut in the side caused her to lose RJ, and then afterwards she has kind of imagined the whole thing through, even right back to where Magna saw her and saw RJ and then decided, like, okay, I can't, I'm not going to do anything. Now, did she do that because she saw, that Michonne has kids? Michonne has a little guy, and she can't, attack Michonne because of that. So she decided not to, or is it because she saw her pick up this imaginary, kid, and like she saw this lady who was, she's like, oh shit, I can't mess with this lady. This lady's crazy, man. She's lost a kid or something. This is brutal. I feel even worse for her than if she did have a kid. So people don't like this idea because, of course, RJ is a very important character for the future of the series. And, I'm on the side right now that I do think RJ is real. Okay, I will say that. But I think that what I was saying in the review is that there's, when you see the stab and everything and you see how concerned Sadiq looks after, that she might lose him, it's something to where it's like, yeah, you get that too, right? And you can see that if, I'm in a position right now where it's like, I think RJ is real, but I'm not totally going to discount it as a theory that after she got stabbed there, that she did lose him. I'm not going to totally say that didn't happen, even though I don't think it did. But what I'm saying is that it's a possibility, and that event did not support the side of people that think that he is real. That stab was more supportive of the other side of the argument, bringing it back a little bit to where it was like, it was pretty much 100% solid that, okay, RJ is real at that time. Then she gets stabbed, and it's like, oh, we just lost a point. We went back the other way to the people who don't think that RJ is real, because there are still both people in both camps, and I just want to explain that to everybody, that there are, and that you have to understand that, that's where it is right now. And we can all want RJ to be real. Whether or not we think that RJ is, not everybody does. It's probably like 60 or 70 for real, 30 to 40 against, right? Something like that right now for what I'm seeing. So Matt M was pretty upset about that when he says, why are you promoting this nonsense question about RJ not being real? I'm not promoting it. Basically, I'm responding to what you guys say. I'm hearing what you guys say, and I'm not discounting what guys who are being legitimate about it, like Aaron here, Aaron B, who says, that's Michonne's way of coping with losing it. So it's difficult to prove like against the. Okay, so it's difficult to prove that RJ is real. It's difficult to prove it because it's hard for them to show us stuff that to where people will be like, oh, okay, all right, that's the case, right? So just to explain it through, that's basically where we're at right now, and you can't totally discount it or say for sure either way right now, I think. But if you want to go towards one, then you say, okay, yes, he's real, and she didn't miscarry just because she was stabbed and everything, and that was part to add the drama and everything, and it didn't result in her losing RJ afterwards. Amy Walker says, do you think Gabriel told anyone about what Anne did to him? So that's Jadis. What Jadis did to him. I get the feeling he kept quiet, and when Michonne receives this information, it will motivate her to go to look for Rick. Awesome comment. Awesome prediction from Amy. I agree 100%. It might give her. Once Gabriel tells Michonne that Jadis has been giving people to this group, and they've been doing who knows what with them, Michonne's first of all she's probably gonna hit him first. So she'll probably give him another glass eye, right? She'll knock his other eye out. First of all, because she's gonna be so mad when she finds out that he knows, something that could be a lead, right? Not to say he doesn't know that Jadis took him in a helicopter. He doesn't know that, or to get help and everything. But just the fact that what Jadis was doing and everything, and the possibility that maybe this could have happened, and they didn't, in the 6 years or however long it's been since then. Now they haven't gone out to explore that lead. It's a lead for her that they have not gone down that route yet. So she's going to be pissed when he tells her, and he probably will tell her in season 10. And I love your prediction for Amy. I think that fits best. That's probably what will happen, is that when Gabriel tells her, she won't be able to, stay there. She'll have to leave because she'll think that Rick is in trouble. And just like she went through with Judith here, that you have to help your loved ones. You have to go out there and put yourself at risk to help the others if you have to. That's what love is, or that's what people do for each other if they care, right? So that's for that one. Tim Eubanks says, RJ might be on her head and people are playing it up for her. Similar to when Rick was on the phone in the prison talking to Lori. I think it was in the comics that Michonne was understanding of Rick with being on the phone because she was also doing something similar, and that's true, she was. That's right, she would talk to her, Michonne's pets, they call them, the walkers that she had with her. She'd talk to them and stuff, or pretend that she could talk to them. So it's within her character to create these delusions as a way to cope with loss. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. So again, we shouldn't, for everybody who's just kind of throwing it out right away or just appalled by the idea, I totally get it, but try not to get your emotions involved and try to think of it like, okay, is it possible they could set up a twist like that? You know, it's possible. I don't think they will, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, or it's 100% right now that that's not what they're doing. If she lost RJ, everybody would know. Everybody. Daryl, Carol, everybody would know. She just lost Rick's baby. Everybody would know. And that would be totally within character for her to still think that she has it. And everybody, like Daryl and Judith would be like, oh, okay, Mom, fine, no problem, Mom. Well, they have all these discussions while RJ's like off wherever, and kind of out of these scenes that you'd think that a lot of times they would be all there. It's sort of like Judith and RJ are sometimes they're together, but a lot of times they're split off. And that could just be something simple like filming and having the kids, to do whatever. It's easier to focus on one at a time and get their scenes just right. Well, the other one, because they're just going to do whatever they want. It's hard to get them to act out the things properly, right? It's more work than a full-grown adult who's an actor, right? So, so that's the idea. And again, I'm not agreeing with it and saying that I think that's what it is. I'm just saying that they basically, the theory went 100% for me, pretty much to, okay, no, RJ is real. Yes, he's not fake. He's not whatever. He's not a figment of her imagination or a defensive mechanism in her mind. And then when she got stabbed and when Sadiq was so concerned, it just brought it back a little bit. That's all I'm saying. That's all. I'm not saying that it brought me all the way to the other side. It was at 100 and it went down a little bit. Maybe it's 80 or 70 or something, 75, something like that. 85 maybe. But, if you're 100% convinced, then good. That's good. I'm happy for you because I'm not 100%. Dark Mako says, Michonne killed a little, like 4 kids. I noticed they didn't show kid corpses. Well, yeah. I don't have a problem with that. At the end of the day, we know it's a TV show, and we know that they get flack if they do brutality too much, which they did for the season 7 premiere, and then they got, crap for it, with it being so brutal afterwards. It started like investigations and stuff. So yeah, this was a savage episode and everything. But I thought that they did what you would want to do, where we get the sense that she did kill the kids, but they didn't have to necessarily show it, which was actually, again, just what you want to do, because it's got the savagery and the brutality without actually having the most graphic, part, like, heads rolling and stuff. Like, you don't necessarily need to show that for us to get the point that that's basically what happened. It was smart. It made sense. And we all understood it, basically. Pop plays Michonne and Daryl seem so legendary after all they've been through. It's crazy. Yeah, after you see an episode like this, you start to get the idea, like, okay, it makes sense that Daryl could outsmart someone like Beta. I mean, if you look at how strong Daryl and Michonne are and how they got outnumbered and kind of outsmarted by the kids and stuff, Daryl would kind of learn from this, and next time he encounters somebody, he's had some time to think on it, like Beta, he'll know, okay, I got to outsmart this guy. I got to use weapons against this guy. I got to hide in the floor and then push him down the elevator. I got to do stuff like this. Got to know the environment and all this kind of stuff, because I can't just beat him muscle to muscle, because literally you had Michonne and Daryl, 2 of the toughest people in the whole series, almost beaten by a bunch of kids, which is kind of embarrassing, but that's what it is. So he's going to learn from that, and they're going to be even tougher next time from that. McTown 972, Michonne went full Anakin Skywalker and them kids, LOL, but overall it was a very boring episode, so not everybody liked it. No Use says, Whisperer Border, not far. I'm scared, right? So, yeah, it's going to be good, man. Probably episode 15. It's probably next Sunday, yeah. Chris Mulcahy says, you think the ratings would be just as good if they killed Rick off? So, no. If they did a Rick death instead of Rick leaving, less people would be watching. I can pretty much guarantee you. At least, I have it made up in my mind that I think that's a guarantee that if they'd have killed Rick off 100%, less people would be watching right now, yes. The Walking Dead has nothing on Game of Thrones, so that's Leonard Wissinger. So comparing again, the thing is, you got to understand, Leonard, they're two completely different series at this point. The Walking Dead's in its 9th year, and it's almost done. Its 9th year. We have 2 episodes left for its 9th season. 16 episode seasons every year. Season 10 coming next year. Game of Thrones has its 8th and final season. It won't get a 9th season. It won't get there. So Game of Thrones won't run into the same kind of fatigue as The Walking Dead is going to and has as it gets past its 10th year. If Game of Thrones had run the last couple of years and was going in its 9th year now, maybe that wouldn't be the case. But if they just kept it going onward, like 10, 11, 12, I think at some point it would happen. It's just the nature of things. And then the last one would be, hopefully Tara lives in the finale. So not everybody is with me and thinks Tara will be killed off. So with me, it's almost like I more want to see it than I think it's actually going to happen. It's probably not going to happen, but we can hope, right? We can do that. Jack DeVore with our last one says, great episode, 9 out of 10, but the best is No Way Out. So yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say that episode 14 is, better than some of those other episodes like No Way Out or, some of those type of episodes, right? Like where they were just like, unbelievable. But it was, episode 14 was, but it's a different kind of episode. It's not like an epic, everybody's involved finale kind of episode. It's an incredible episode, but in the Grove kind of way where it's like, centered around just a few characters and a new, villain that's just there for that time in that one episode, and it works and everything just clicks, and character-wise it's unbelievable. So yeah, man, No Way Out, Rick's last episode, there's some really important episodes of the series. This is an important one for Michonne and Judith and the others, but it's not like Rick versus Negan or Rick versus, it's not like an epic final battle type of thing. It sort of is in its own kind of way, but it's kind of a flashback. So it's a special kind of episode, and it's hard for us to say that it's the best of the whole series compared to Rick's final or some of these other epic, big episodes that they've done in the past. But it was a 10 out of 10 for me, so it's hard to do much better based on the style of what they wanted to do and what they went with for that type of story. It was incredible. That'll be it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, please thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, bottom left to subscribe. And that's it for today. Check out the videos last night if you guys didn't see them. Review, predictions for episode 15. Oh man, there's going to be some heads on pikes. And discussion about whether or not, video of whether or not Michonne will take RJ and Judith with her. If you missed that, I'll have it in there for you guys too. You can watch that too. It's Trav, and I'm saying peace, and I'll see you guys back again soon.